No, okay.
What's up, everyone? I'm Jeff Chelios.
How's that,
and
Wolverine?
today I didn't quit my job.
Here's Wolverine for you.
Ah!
Yeah.
We saw Wolverine.
Wolverine.
The origin of Wolverine, which I did not need to know. This movie
didn't have to be made, but seeing as I guess people demanded Wolverine, you know?
No, they demanded another X-Men movie for an apology for Last Man Standing.
The last one.
Last Stand. But, Billy Pop, give us the synopsis. Because
Really?
I am Evan, now do them.
Yeah, right. Synopsis. Starts off with you figuring out that Wolverine and Sabertooth are both brothers, and you kind of follow them, and they ended up meeting Colonel Stryker, and all they do is they meet up with him, and Wolverine, being his rebellious self, he leaves the group.
No, being a kind person,
it doesn't make sense, you know, like
he's an animal, but he's gentle-hearted. What the fuck?
He leaves the group
because he thinks what they're doing is wrong.
I guess
they're killing innocent people.
He's following his instinct, and later on, when like with his girl, he didn't follow his instinct, and that led him into trouble. That doesn't make sense.
This movie has a double-edged sword.
Yeah, he's pretty much he breaks away from the group, and bad things start happening. Someone starts killing the old group, kind of like Watchmen. Pretty much, we just follow Logan. We follow Logan and his story. And what's cool about this movie is that we see him from the very beginning that he has this gift, and it's not that he starts off with metal.
Obviously he doesn't start off.
He has the gift of like growing
claws,
but they're not metal up until
bone.
Up until Colonel Stryker gives them to him. And I thought that was pretty cool because like it kind of shows the background as to what happened. Because at first I just thought that he was able to heal, and that didn't make sense, like where he got the claws from. I thought they like gave them to him, but they just grew over his bones, and that's pretty cool.
I was kind of like I knew he was able to heal. I didn't know how he got the metal claws from and everything. I knew that he got a metal structure, but if it's a different part of metal, how can Magneto control it?
Oh, it's just metal. Magneto can control metal, any kind of metal, I guess.
But yeah, this movie, it has a couple of plot holes.
Yeah, there's plot holes. Like they're trying to connect it to X-Men 1. Like, cause it's like Wolverine Origins, trying to connect Wolverine
to the X-Men
trilogy, which kind of sucked. It's all cheesy, you know. X-Men was cheesy, and Wolverine is a little more serious. It's kind of like
we're gonna put
do a better job.
Sound like the Punisher Warzone. How the Punisher was serious, but the movie was comedic.
So I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 4 this time because there was a lot of good scenes and it was a good story. But I know that they were definitely trying to connect to X-Men 1, and I think that was its fault because they were trying to connect it, and they were trying so hard to connect it to the end. That was their goal, to connect it to the last one and still do a good job of it. And when you have restrictions, you're definitely gonna it's gonna suffer. You know, the story's gonna suffer.
No, really, to me, these stories, literally, they want to put so much into it. And Fox does not want more than 2-hour long movie. This movie was literally 2 hours long.
Yeah, it was 2 hours long.
They don't want more than 2 hours long. No, people want to do a Titanic epic movie kind of thing. So a lot of superhero movies, when it comes down to like a comic book movie, a lot of people don't take it serious, even though Dark Knight was great. So this movie was like really fell in that rank of, you know what, this is a comic book movie. No one's really gonna take this serious, but. I'm also rating this on a kid's point of view because more than anything, little boys are gonna go see this movie and girls that think Hugh Jackman is hot. But I'll give this a 4 because if you're a little kid, you're gonna love it. If you have a little brother, he's gonna love it. If you have a girlfriend that's just a Hugh Jackman fan, she's gonna love it.
Yeah.
If you just like X-Men, you might disappoint me. If you're a
comic fan,
if you're a hardcore comic fan
like
that will bang the damn comics, you won't.
Yeah, because people who like the comic want it. They want it to remain faithful to the damn comic. So if you haven't read the comics and you're just like a Wolverine fan, you'll think it's awesome.
This movie is based on the overall premise of it's X-Men and Wolverine. That's the only basis of the comic book it has. But the thing I liked about this movie was the montage of the war scenes. I mean, it goes through Wolverine and Sabertooth because...
Yeah, it shows... Okay, pretty much, it's like if they were compressed in time, this is the perfect way to do it. You get everything that you want to do within this time, and you make it like really fast cuts, and you make it pretty awesome. I think that was like the most awesome scene in the movie, right?
I was looking at that. I was like, once I saw that, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be a good movie.
Yeah, you see them like,
and then the damn talking started.
You see them like fighting through all these wars, and you kind of see how old they are, and that's like a question that they couldn't answer during the other X-Men's. it shows him with Sabertooth as his brother, and their fight during the war up until they meet up with Stryker. And they did that all within 2 minutes, so I think that's pretty cool.
Okay, for this movie to be called Wolverine Origins, they basically explain the reason how he got the jacket, how he got the bike. That is answered. I don't give a shit where he got the bike or where he got a jacket.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It's kind of like showing that
it's not like the iconic Michael Myers mask or the iconic Jason mask where this is where he picked it up.
Yeah, it's just
I think is okay.
Yeah, they're just trying to connect it to part one. I think just like showing the jacket and stuff. They're just like, okay, well, we want to know how I got that because I know people are gonna be complaining. You know, like where to get the bike from. So they're just gonna show that, and I think it's pretty cool. It's not cool. Never mind. They're just trying to put stuff in.
Yeah,
that doesn't need to be put in, so it could connect to part one. And they're killing time, and it could have been a more compressed movie. But seeing as people wanted their money's worth, they decided to put that in.
I got my. Well, then I saw Battle for Terra for free. I had my money for Battle for Terra. It was like 89 minutes.
It was $4.
And like this movie, it really drags on with a couple of scenes. Like the second act where he's with his where he's left the assassinations of the special ops team, wherever. It drags on. It drags until something action happens. I thought this was called X-Men. If I'm not correct, people. Ain't X-Men about people that are mutants that fight? Then what's up with the fucking talking? Why is everyone talking? No, I want to see
that's it. Well, I mean, if it's an origin, there's not just gonna be like nothing but action.
Yeah, but
because if there were no talking, it would just be them fighting during the war. He gets his medal and he kicks ass. And I know that's what a lot of people are looking for, but you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get that because you want to know what happened and how he got there. So they're gonna say, yeah, this is how you got there. Because I know that in X-Men's 1 through 3, you don't hear anything about his backstory. So this is all you're paying for. You're paying your money's worth so you could hear the whole background as to how he got to the X-Men, and like.
But another thing with this movie, it shows a lot of mutants, like they did with the third one, but it kind of uses them a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like there's not like how the Angel did. There's no one mutant that's only shown in the beginning,
yeah, and then just in the end,
and then a little bit in the middle, and then just one little part in the end, and then you don't see those two mutants ever again.
Yeah, you see them.
At least
you see them in the beginning. They all separate, they scatter, and then you see most of them again.
They either die or they have a pretty good ending to them.
Yeah.
Like for instance, Blob. You see Blob how he is at the beginning. He's all muscular and everything. Then you see Blob, a fat.
You see them become who
they
part one.
Who they are.
Yeah, because in part 1 of X-Men, you don't see. I don't think you see all the characters that died in this one. We're trying to tell a new story and still connect to the rest of it. So I'm still saying about what I said, and I still give it a 4.
Me too. I'll give it a 4, and I guess before we cut this thing off, Fox is trying to do something to bring everyone back, and by this, it's the last scene in the movie, which is a minute scene after a couple of names of credits. All right, so it's not like you have to wait the whole credits to see the last scene. There's 3 different scenes that they're gonna show. They're approximately a minute long each. Each scene is going to be shown in different theaters. There's not going to be all 3 scenes in the same theater.
Like one per theater or something?
Yeah,
so
basically.
People are going to be like, hey, did you see this one? No.
Well, definitely these are going to be caught on YouTube or something. People are going to put them up because you know why? People are assholes and they like bootlegging and copywriting. I mean, look how this movie leaked out in the first place. So on that note, you know what? This is summer blockbuster months, bitches. You're gonna see nothing but high-budget action movies.
You get what you want.
If you don't want to see a high-budget action movie, the last one before any of them is Battle for Terra. I suggest go watch that instead.
Yeah.
And you know what? Summer blockbusters. Eat them. Peace.